Good afternoon. Vancouver's chief financial officer has resigned over a decision by Vancouver City Council to secretly approve a $100 million loan to rescue the Athletes' Village. The village in False Creek has been rumored to be in financial trouble since early October. The project is being built by Millennium Development Corporation, which is reported to be facing massive cost overruns. According to a national newspaper today, Vancouver's chief financial officer, Estelle Lowe, sent in a resignation after months of expressing concern the city may be assuming too much financial risk. The city is on the hook to make sure the project is ready in time for the Olympics. Vancouver Mayor Sam Sullivan is refusing to talk about why they voted to hand over the cash. And one of the men who wants to be mayor, Councillor Peter Ladner, chair of the Finance Committee, is also refusing to talk about it today. Our Keith Baldry is in Victoria, and he joins us now with more on this. Keith.
Yeah, Randy, and this is turning into quite the mess, quite the scandal, both financially and politically. As you mentioned, this project's been plagued with problems for months, presumably worsened by the worldwide economic meltdown. Who knows how many other projects like this may actually find themselves in similar trouble. But you mentioned Peter Ladner. I'll tell you, nothing could probably please Gregor Robertson more than not us talking about SkyTrain Gate and missing SkyTrain fares. Now the heat is on Peter Ladner to explain why City Council has done something like this, and also why it did that in secret at an in-camera meeting, did not tell the public. Word leaked out in the Globe and Mail this morning. Now he's facing some uncomfortable questions from reporters, and he looks uncomfortable talking to them today at City Hall. Here's Peter Ladner.
What about this in-camera meeting? You're agreeing to lend the developer of the Olympic Village $100 million. Why was that decision made?
I'm not talking about what happened at in-camera meetings.
Why is it a secret?
In-camera meetings are always a secret.
Why is there a publication ban?
I don't know that there is a publication ban. Apparently it's been published. So what's the ban?
You've got shit
Is this $100 million loan troubling? I mean, we're still a year and a half away, and we're already loaning out money.
I've already spoken and said what I will say about this. This all occurred at an in-camera meeting. If something's been revealed or announced by the city, then I don't know where that information came from, and I'll go look into it.
What can you say to taxpayers about whether they're at risk?
I do not discuss what happened in in-camera meetings.
All right, Keith, so they've already approved it. Worst case scenario, how is the city going to pay for it?
Well, the city does have investments, has treasury bills, which may come into play. Also has a property endowment fund. It's dipped into it in the past. Some critics have said, no, that's not what is supposed to be used in such situations. So the city does have some financial reserves that, again, if worst case scenario results, presumably could cover this loan, which to my memory is probably one of the biggest loans I can remember a municipality handing out to any developer.
Last question. We're about 10 days away from the municipal elections. What, if any, impact will this have on Vancouver's mayoralty race?
Oh, I think it's going to have some impact. As I mentioned, Gregor Robertson, this has punted the SkyTrain fiasco, I think, out of the news cycle for a while. Peter Ladner now is the one on the defensive, as well as his NPA colleagues on council running for re-election. They're the ones who I think have the most to answer for here. And look for Vision Vancouver to make this the issue from their point of view in the last days of the campaign and put the NPA and Mr. Ladner on the defensive.
All right, Keith, thank you for that update.